12-Sided Stories is for mature audiences and often deals with topics that may be difficult for some listeners. Discretion is advised. Hello, and welcome to The Foundlings, a 12-Sided Stories City of Mist actual play. As always, our games are story-heavy and rules-light. And now, introducing our Master of Ceremonies, Pooja Sharma.
Welcome to episode 10 of The Foundlings, our City of Mist actual play. I am Pooja, the Master of Ceremonies for this campaign, and as always, I am joined by some amazing players who will have introduced themselves, starting with Saint.
Hello, I am Saint, and I am playing Bly. She is our connection to the god Kokopelli. Oop, almost said Gogopelli. That's his very fun brother. We've been we've been doing a lot of craziness, and the day has just started. Hooray.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and I am playing Siobhan, who has been having fun shape-shifting into different things, even though being a horse did not go so well.
Hello, I am Wes Otis, and I am playing Noah Hurst / Robin Hood, who so far has been very lucky not throwing up when forced to fly.
Hey y'all, I am Mac, and I am playing Beatrice, who is the she's Plant Witch right now, but based off of Rappaccini's daughter.
Before we start, please consider supporting the show through Patreon or on Ko-fi, spelled Ko-fi. Now, on with the show.
Hello, and welcome to part 2 of episode 10. It's very important that you listen to part 1 before coming into this, obviously. This is the conclusion to the show for this season. We hope that you enjoy it. Just a really quick recap from me. Basically, in the last part of this episode, we met with Moriarty. We dealt with the Beakerheads, or at least with one of their labs, and we decided that we needed to deal with both the Raptors and the Beakerheads all at once. So we find our crew rolling up to the large compound of the Beakerheads with plans of hopefully taking them out, but we'll see what happens and see how the dice fall. So without any further ado, let's get it going.
As you all kind of roll up to this compound, the agent lets you know that she has had her people disable the exterior security. It is currently running a very calming and uneventful loop, so they shouldn't be able to see us coming.
Excellent. Thank you.
The compound is aptly named. High walls, growing ivy on the outside. It starts to clear off into much more of a manicured lawn as you get in towards the center. There's some weird statuary going on throughout. You're not sure if those are supposed to be like giant instruments like you would see from older, let's be able to tell where the sun is, but we need something 17 feet tall and 25 feet long to do it, or something else. But there are pieces of that kind of scattered around. There is a kind of interesting area, and it's actually the area that seems the best suited to get inside the house undetected, that there are 2 half bowls with like strips cut from the center of them that are obviously some kind of measuring device. But the important thing that you learn from the combination of Hollister and Thomasina's information that they've been able to give you is that the way that they access those pieces is through a tunnel system that goes to the house. Not a ton of people could go through, but that's the access point that they think that's the weakest. Like I said, the building itself is a weird cross between like a McMansion and a castle. Somebody who had way too much money and way too much time on their hands had this thing designed. It's got both futuristic kind of aspects. Somebody's got solar panels back there somewhere, along with a turret that ends in a 30-foot long lightning rod at the top of it. So it's kind of a mishmash.
How many stories is it?
It's difficult to tell from the outside, but it's probably around like 6 or 7 at its highest, except for a couple of like tower separate situations.
All right. Well, Siobhan, myself, and the agent, how many people do you think we can get through this tunnel situation without being too many?
I mean, you can get through. The agent believes that the group that she brought can get through undetected.
Okay, cool. Well, then let us go into the tunnels and we will follow behind you, sweet agent, and see what happens.
Oh, darling. I know you just want to watch how the real professionals do it.
Of course. Lead the way.
Don't blink or you'll miss it. And I am going to have you roll a sneak around to get into this.
Okay. Well, let's see. So I got a 3 and I rolled an 8, so that's an 11.
Wonderful. So y'all go through. The agent's team is like a well-oiled machine. She is simultaneously there in front of you and also there ahead of you. She's almost glitching around these different wires and alarms and is able to bypass them. She reaches down at one point and just like flicks like a little switch that clears the way for the rest of y'all. There is, at the mouth of the tunnel, a laser maze, because of course there is. And they get through and disable it for the rest of you, and aren't you able to make it through right into the compound itself?
Excellent.
Do you have like a signal that you're gonna throw, or are you timing it for infiltration from this direction and the frontal assault?
Well, I remember Siobhan saying she had a plan. We could say that I'll send up a signal with the bow. I could fire an arrow somewhere, and, that could be the signal. But Siobhan, what's the plan?
Okay, this is my idea. Get me into that center room, because I guarantee that's where their experiment is. Okay? And then I turn into a blue whale, crushing the whole room, everything in it, and doing damage to the building.
Wouldn't that hurt you?
What?
Wouldn't that? I mean, I'm not there. I can't say this, but
It's a valid question. Wouldn't that hurt you?
Yeah.
wouldn't that hurt you? And then also you can't breathe?
Well, I can breathe because I'm a mammal.
Oh, they can just chill.
Yeah, they
straight
can.
oxygen for a bit. I guess they have a nose, right?
They have the blowhole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's straight
So, yeah, and I wouldn't need to stay a whale for long. It would just be long enough to do damage, and then I could be a mouse and get between all the rubble and go.
That sounds very like Merlin, Disney Merlin to me.
Totally does.
That fight.
Oh yeah, where
it's like
becomes a virus. Yeah.
virus.
Yeah. I love it though.
Okay, so we have to sneak her in there. I mean, you could get in there yourself just as a fly, though, couldn't you?
Yeah, I could.
We could cause some
I'm just trying to
trouble out here.
meta tell you that that's a lot of rolls. Fly, blue whale, mouse. I honestly, what could get in and around a building easily is a rat.
And they're smart.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so I can, get me close enough to the floor, and then I can be a rat and just get in there. And then give me 30 seconds and get out of the way.
No problem. That sounds good. All right, so go ahead, you go do that, and I turn to the agent and I go, what can we screw up in here?
Oh, darling. Everything. And she's going to send out her team and scatter so that they start causing destruction in different areas of the building and possibly, different sections of the compound. And you said the signal was going to be like, you shoot or...
Maybe an explosion? I think explosion, I mean, once something happens, they're going to know we're here.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So whatever explosion happens first is when the outside should come in. Would that make sense to everybody?
Sure.
Great.
It's just, I love it. Like, explosions every time.
Let's Michael Bay this shit.
So I'm out here in the front with Beatrice and the frontal assault. I figure since my ability is, again, not super physical, that I probably need to have a tactical position when I can see who or what is released in response to this. So I'm thinking that I should probably be towards the front, maybe wherever the entrances are. I'm like perpendicular to it, right? So I can do a cross section of, trombone or something. Yeah, that's how sound works.
This mayhem starts to occur inside. You hear some crashes, some other stuff, a couple of shouts off in the distance, Noah. And you are kind of free inside to roam around for the moment. But obviously alarms start going off, and you know that the forces inside will be mobilized soon. But there is a large explosion in the distance, and as Beatrice and Bly and the more muscly types that are out in front with you, as y'all prepared for this, the Coven formed a circle very ritualistically, and they send a massive fireball directly into the front of the building, and it destroys the front doors. And they say, well, that's your cue.
We did our bit.
All right. Are there immediately people right behind the doors?
There were people stationed at the doors.
Okay.
They are no longer there.
They are no longer there. And so that front area is clear for you. The foyer is open.
Lovely. Okay, I'll actually, since now that we're going to be internal, not like just rushing, I do want to be towards the front to have my stun attacks and whatever the hell ready. I don't know. Beatrice, are you near the front? Are you towards the back? Whereabouts are you?
That's a really good question. I feel like I'm towards the back a little bit because there's so much foliage outside that I have a better chance of, like, if I need to contain something, that I'm available to do something with that.
Totally makes sense. All right. So, yeah, we're moving with the group. Is there an obvious door to go towards to cause more mayhem?
From the blueprints that Hollister gave you, you've got the kind of layout. So you know where that major interior portion is. So if you want to work your way to the center, you know the route, like the most direct route to go. If you don't want to go the most direct route, you could have plotted that out as well.
Okay. It kind of makes sense to me then to go maybe not the most direct route because we know there's already people heading there. So we're trying to just clear out anyone who would cause more issues for them. And of course, team effort. I'm no war captain. No, I don't want any responsibility if this just goes sideways. But yes, that's my thought there. And I don't know. I guess the Sam, if they agree, let's do that.
Great. He loves it. He's got his boys with them. They have a whole range of armaments, both old and new. One of them is carrying a very large sledgehammer.
Oh my goodness.
And
I see that. I said that. Oh my goodness. But no time for that now.
And they start to kind of clear a path, knocking out rubble and all of that stuff. So y'all can move towards what is marked on the blueprints is what would be more of a security area. So you think that's probably where most of the guards stations are and things like that, and where enemy forces would be coming from. And I'm going to say that that was a correct assumption.
Great.
And you are met by waves of guards.
Okay. If I'm out in the front, I definitely just want to preempt them with, I'll use my whistle. It's going to be annoying, but I've got the megaphone, so hopefully that...
You're going to whistle into the megaphone?
Yeah, it's going to be annoying and also horrifying.
I was going to say, that is horrifying, and I love it.
It's so good.
No longer party music. I've got panic music. All right. Oh, yeah. Okay, 5 + 4 is 9, + 3, 12.
Awesome.
Woo! I'm lasering you with sound.
So you blow this whistle into the megaphone, cranked all the way up, and basically like an almost physical wave of sound rolls out of it in front of you towards these security people. They hit the ground. Some of them are bleeding out of their ears because the combination of the actual sound and then your magical punch behind it has attacked both their emotions and their eardrums. Meanwhile, on the outside, as the waves roll in, Beatrice next to you and the Coven, who has also stayed outside. Helga's looking a little worse for wear. Like, she's like, wow, I haven't exerted this much energy in a while. It's good to get out. But y'all start to feel the ground rumble around you a little bit. And as you look off to the side, you realize that part of the security systems that have been activated as the destruction inside has happened. A number of stone statues that aren't necessarily people-shaped, but are currently taking themselves out of the ground towards the group of you. And they range anywhere from 6 feet to 12 feet tall.
You know what I would really like to do, because you mentioned there was vines like growing up the side of the building. I basically want to grow it out into like a netting that helps like cover these stone creatures coming up to try and like wrap them so they can't really do anything.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to burn Green Thumb because I really want this to work. And this is kind of our big bad, so it's time.
So go ahead and describe to me what you do to all of these statues as they attempt to converge upon your position.
So the vines come snaking off of the building, just kind of like into the air, and they start to weave themselves together into sort of a netting form that just sweeps around these stone creatures and just envelops them in this netting and starts like actually anchors them against with the strength of the building that's holding these vines as well.
Awesome. So as this net comes around and it grabs each of these statues, it's almost like, you know, how a net works in the sea. It comes across, it grabs them. I'm going to say it smashes them into the building. You hear the cracks both from the statue and the wall.
Yeah, I like that.
And there's still like a couple of them, the bigger ones, are attempting to move, but as they manage to like shift around, pieces of them start falling off. And that threat is neutralized. So I'm going to shift focus over to Siobhan.
All right. I make my way to that center room. I want to destroy as much of whatever's in there as possible.
I'm going to have you roll a sneak around.
Okay.
Because at this point, you, in your rat form, are attempting to be sneaky and get towards a very highly secure place.
Right. So that makes it a 10.
Awesome. It's almost like, because of all the distractions and everything, while you do see guards, you definitely see there are people, they're moving, they're running around, there's people screaming. Everything is on high alert back here. But because of all those distractions and because you're so small and you're so sneaky, you're able to go around the corridors. You sneak around. At one point, you dodge around someone's foot. But also because the decor in here kind of perfectly matches your coat, or whatever you call it on a rat. So that also helps you get through, and you end up at the entrance door of what on the blueprints looks like a very large room and facility, and all of these like pipes and electrical are running into it and all of that. And I'm just gonna pause you right there and go back over to Noah. So you've been causing this mayhem and you're in towards the back of the building. Siobhan has gone on forward in her rat form. You are faced in front of you with, whereas like before when you snuck in, you managed to dodge and disable the alarms that were coming from the back. But now that the general alarm in the house has been tripped, there are security elements going on all across the house.
Okay.
Where are you going? Where do you want to be? Or do you have a specific destination in mind?
Well, I mean, I think that my best bet is to take out guards or any beakers that are running around. I want to make my way to the security room, wherever I think that might be, to try to turn off some of this stuff. But why I'm running, I'm running and shooting at the same time because it's cinematic and I want to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. We all want the massive cinema. Your aim is eventually to meet up with Bly and their group at the security station. And on the way, you're able to like go through and And there are like guards running, stuff happening, blah, blah, blah. But because you're not specifically causing any of this damage in the center, it's like they're trying to get to other places and just accidentally cross paths with you.
Right, and I trip them up as much as possible.
And you are very successful in that. You are Sir Robin of Locksley. And none may stand against you. But as you move further towards the security center, you walk into a room that is like almost like a shortcut based on the blueprints. And standing inside of it is a very large, very tentacled robot that when you come in, it turns its head without turning its body 180 degrees to look at you. It's kind of like that laser scan goes over your body, and you hear a voice that's like,
unauthorized access detected.
Okay. So I have an idea here. What I'd like to do, part of me thinks I should burn ignore armor and just knock this thing on its ass, because that would be a spectacle. You know what? I think that's what I'd like to do. I want to run up, pull out 3 arrows at a time, shoot them, have them ricochet off something, and just ignore armor and go through its main CPU area or whatever and make it just crush if I can. And I think that's worth burning ignores armor.
great, so that's what we're going to do.
All right.
I'm going to expand this just a little bit
Go for it.
and say that as you pull back your bow and these arrows materialize, it's like a ridiculous number of arrows. And as you let loose and they ricochet off the walls and different furniture that's in the room and elements, every single one of your arrows pierces one of these appendages on this robot, pinning it arm by arm by arm to the structure of the room. And then the last arrow does 3 ricochets and then directly through its floor. And you just see it's like
Damage, multiple, another 2.
and the light kind of like dims. You see that incandescent bulb come out of its eyes.
I look back at it and just say, cool.
So, let's loop back around to Bly. You're moving through the rest of the crocs that you're with are taking out guards as you go through. You're getting closer and closer to the security station. They fight your way there. They are wreaking havoc. Now that you have taken out like this first main wave of forces, it's just like cleanup duty for them. And you hit the security station at the same time, I'm going to say, as Noah does. And inside the security station is a single person hooked up to a very large number of machines. There are a lot of like wires coming from different places. Where their eyes would be, fiber optic cables run to monitors and computing stations, and you can't even tell how much. When you burst into the door, they say, "This is not how it was supposed to go."
Honestly, I'm tired of hearing people talk about what's supposed to happen. And I'm looking for an outlet. I was thinking, I might need to mind control this person, but I'm trying to unplug him first. Or them. I probably can't tell.
Yeah, no. There's no way to tell.
Yeah, no. Just maybe a human.
It was probably a human at one point.
Yeah, so I'm looking around for that. I don't know if I find one.
Let's see how lucky you get. And I'm going to have you roll a change the game.
Okay. Let's see. Maybe can I do again reading the room as in I'm literally reading? Actually, well, maybe reading the room as in how vulnerable does this person feel? So that might give me a clue if there's actually a vulnerability in here. If I could get that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm always looking. Okay, that was pretty useless. That is... Oh, well, that's a 7.
Okay.
So I just made it.
So I'm going to say that you are able to sense from the being that is hooked up to all of these machines that they are afraid that they have a vulnerability, but you aren't able to figure out exactly what it is. But I'm going to give them, creature, a status of intimidated with a rank of 1.
I guess maybe we don't have to just instantly kill this person. Sir, with the gift of gab, I'm looking at Noah. Perhaps we can reason with this person.
Reason with this. All right.
I
Did you pick this life for yourself, sir? Or madam, or whatever? I can't tell.
What is life when you are no longer a self?
Would you like to be a self again?
There's a distinct pause, and I'm going to have you roll a convince.
Okay.
And I'm going to, while you roll that, I'm going to switch back over to Siobhan, who is at a heavily reinforced door.
Okay, I'm still a rat. I'm looking at the door. Is it an electronic lock?
It is.
Can I get to the wires to chew them, as rats are wont to do?
Exactly. I am going to say that this is a risky maneuver because you cannot tell how much power is running through those wires or what they're really connected to or anything. So take that risk.
Okay. 6.
Okay, so
Ouch. This is gonna suck.
I'm going to say that as you go through and you start to chew through these wires and you realize that there's something that tastes real funny. And you realize with your, Siobhan brain, because you are not a rat, but these wires have actually been coated in rat poison.
Oh.
Ruh-roh. Okay, so...
So you feel the poison enter your system and your heart starts beating really, really fast. And I'm going to give you the status of poisoned at the rank of 2.
Okay.
Shoot.
And I'm going to say that if you stay as a rat, it will accelerate quickly.
I know I have to change into something bigger so it can dissipate. But it's a heavily reinforced door, so I don't know.
A blue whale would bust right through it.
That's what I was thinking.
While you think about it, I am going to cut back over to Noah and Bly to get the result of this convince roll that Noah just did.
So with truly wants to do good, that gives me a 3.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I failed terribly.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Oh.
Oh.
I couldn't even process what was happening.
I'm like,
It was such a bad
that's what
roll.
he's got to add to it, right?
That's what I thought too.
Nope.
A 3's your bonus, right? No.
Nope.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. I was hoping that I'd get a +7 somehow.
Maybe in a different game.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
Gosh. So this guy just doesn't even respond. It's silent treatment.
I'm going to say that when you start asking these questions about self and what he wants, you can see somehow, even though, most of its face is covered with these wires that are coming in and out of him, but, this fury starts to come over it. And it's like, what? Self? Humanity? What good is any of that? Join me.
As he's getting angry, it's trying. Boy, if it's okay for me to interrupt, because as Bly would be like, "Oh, anger. Okay, let's go."
Yeah,
But
go for it. Go for it.
just
Just
really-
take your.
okay,
just
cool.
know that whatever it is, it's got to be fast because cables are starting to disconnect, and there are sparks flying and other stuff going on.
Great, I created my own supervillain.
Good lord. Okay, well, this is it's gonna be an altering sound music thing. I'm blasting the trombone because I've been holding it this whole time. I thought maybe I'd make a happy jazzy song, but we're just blasting. And God, all my characters end up just blasting something. It's every time. Okay, well, I trust these dice. 8.
Awesome. So I am going to say that you blast this trombone and it echoes. All of these hard surfaces that are in here reflect that sound back, and it stuns and kind of shorts the creature that controls the security, but it also has started a fire.
How do I do this every game?
So now the room you were in is on fire. It is an electrical fire. It smells really bad.
We should get out of here. I think we've done all we can.
All right, yeah, let's go.
And I'm going to go back over to Beatrice while y'all book it.
Run away!
I'm just outside chilling with the witches.
So Robin is bravely fleeing.
So you're waiting, like, trying to see what's happening and, like, just ready to support your team as they come back out?
Pretty much. I figured that was sort of the best place for me to be.
Okay. Awesome. They really like you. I'm going to say that. You're having a very good time with them, if you want to be.
Sure.
Some crumpets.
Yeah, we're outside having tea and crumpets while they're inside with an electrical fire.
But they're giving you, like, one of them is also, like, has, like, a couple of diviner capabilities. They've set up a little pool of water and are looking into it. And you're getting little random bits of updates of what's going on in there. So you feel like you saw Noah take out this robot. But we are, on that note, going back to Siobhan, who has currently been poisoned.
Well, I'm thinking it's now or never for the blue whale. The blue whale's coming out. Can I just take on attributes of the animal?
Yes, you can.
So I'm just going to burn. It's the last episode. Burn, baby, burn. All right. So I burn it and I become a massive blue whale. Well, black with red eyes, but a blue whale.
You become the whale out of Moby Dick's, like, whoever wrote that book. There's some horror stories, like, that is some shit is going on. And you hear, like, as you shapeshift into this massive creature and the walls just buckle and disintegrate around you. And you hear a couple of screams quickly cut off as you envelop the entirety of this massive space. Because it is several stories high. You can see partially, like, as you grow and become this animal, that there were these almost elegant arches of machinery and like cabling and lights and all of this stuff. And just in that split second, you kind of just get that moment to be like, oh, that was beautiful, before it is all obliterated.
I enjoy being an agent of chaos, so.
The poison is, you did not ingest enough to affect the whale at all.
Gonna need a truck for that.
I know.
So while you were in this form, it is not affecting you. The structure of the entire building has been compromised. You are at its heart, and you could take it out, I don't know how many foundational walls.
Well, okay.
From outside at this moment, Beatrice, you don't need a scryer to see that the whole building shook, and you can hear this immense destruction echoing from the inside.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay like this for a minute, just giving people a chance to get out of the building, before I zap into something smaller.
The alarms that have been blaring this whole time abruptly cut out as something has broken too that would make them function. But you can hear the collapse begin along different parts of the building. And people are screaming and running. Beatrice, you see both the people from the, like, whatever guards were left. There are a couple of stragglers. They are not interested in doing anything else. They don't get paid enough for this shit. They are running like their lives depend on it. Bly and Noah, as y'all run from the fire that y'all created, you'll feel the building like rock and shudder around you. And it's a good thing that you are already running for the door. Sam and the rest of the Crocs are ready, and just like anytime a wall starts to collapse around you or a door has come off its hinges or anything, they are there with their tools. It is like you have a 10-man wrecking crew clearing the way out. Who wants to roll for the Crocs in this situation? And then I'm going to have you both roll just to see face danger.
Oh, one of us should roll for the Crocs. All right.
I don't even know where my decks are right now.
All right, here we go.
But what I'm going to say is the two of you will roll for yourselves, and one of your rolls that you are making for yourselves will also count for the Crocs.
Okay.
Oh.
So two of us should roll.
Okay, I got 7.
And Noah?
I too got a 7. Or I got a 7.
So as y'all go out, you make it outside, but you both are hit by falling debris. And one of Sam's guys actually gets hit kind of badly and is carried out as he pushes Bly out of the way of like a falling chunk of ceiling. But you all make it out, stumbling out the front door. And I'm going to cut back over to Siobhan, who is currently still a blue whale in the center of all this destruction.
Well, now she's going to get out of this as best she can. So I'm like way down. I'm going to be under a roof, correct? Still?
Yes. I mean, if you flopped around, you could make it open.
Okay, I'll wiggle a little bit.
And a piece of the roof comes down and kind of like bruises your hide a little, but you are large enough that it doesn't do a ton of damage, but there is now an opening in the roof.
Okay, so I would like to turn into, let's say an eagle and GTFO.
I'm going to have you also roll face danger, because as your bulk stops propping up what was left of these walls, you're dodging falling debris and falling machinery and all of this other stuff. There's open electrical wires now, where there definitely weren't supposed to be open electrical wires.
Okay, so I've got shapeshift. I think that's all I got. Because I burned the other one.
If you do want to,
Nope, don't need it. I rolled a 10.
well, there you go. So you, in this amazingly, like, acrobatic and awe-inspiring feat of aerial prowess, shapeshift into an eagle and just, like, dodge this debris, and you go through and you explode out of the ceiling, figuratively. Triumphant. And can I say that you let out, like, a massive caw of triumph?
Oh, of course.
And Beatrice, in the front, you see your siblings and your friends pour out of the front of this building. You hear Siobhan from the top. And as y'all all stumble out, and somehow the thieves are materializing around you from wherever they've been. And you all see this massive complex collapse in on itself with like a great grumbling of stone and masonry and the screeching of metal and a few other explosions for good measure. Really, some of those chemicals are very volatile. And it all comes tumbling down.
Get out of here.
Yeah. GTFO.
So yeah, there is no longer anyone there to impede your progress.
Yeah, let's all split up and meet up later and get out of there.
Yeah.
Can I ask, are there any of the beaker heads outside still alive, or?
No. In a stunning GM gets owned move, outside of the security creature, the beaker heads were in the main laboratory.
There you go. Well, never mind then. Let's go.
So, yeah, I got owned.
But an epic own. I mean, come on.
So
it's a
epic.
blue
I do
whale.
not. I'm like, I will own that own. But we'll go, and just to wrap it up, y'all are coming out bruised but not broken. The coven members who were next to Beatrice go to tend to the member of the Crocs with the worst injuries and tend to y'all's as well. They have they wouldn't call them potions. They feel like that's trite. But drink this and you'll feel better.
I make sure it's red before I drink it.
One of them just has a little tag on it that says "Drink me."
Shit! As we get bigger.
I'm all been there, done that.
And so y'all are able to go. The rest of the people that made this assault with you scatter into their own territories. But Lacey is there to greet you all and to, soothe down your hair and cover you with little mom kisses that are a little too hard for the number of bruises you still have.
Mom, come on. Come on.
So happy that you're safe.
I mean,
That we're all safe.
I was about to say.
For now, we're all safe.
Well, I mean, if I know anything about the Holmes books, Moriarty never dies. He just goes away for a while before he comes back. So we've gotten him out of the way for a while.
Yeah, I doubt he was in this building right now anyway. That would be too convenient, I think. So, we can hope, but we're going to still have to be on alert as we move forward.
For now, we should probably let Seth know where we've been.
Poor Seth.
Oh, poor Seth, nothing. He lives for it. Like Lacey's just like, oh, that's fine. Noah, give me your keys. I'll drive home.
Okay. You don't have any chips on you, do you?
Well, she opens up her giant mom purse and pulls out like 4 little packets of your favorite chips. They're each your favorites.
Okay, you can all have these once we get to the destination. Here's the keys.
I imagine Noah's like trying to take mine. Like, don't open
do it. Not until we get home.
And on that note of familial bliss, I want to thank everyone for listening to this season of The Foundlings. Thank you very much for playing with me, guys. Y'all are awesome. I love you all. And that was super epic. So
That was epic.
thank you very much. This has been The Foundlings, a City of Mist actual play, and I am Pooja. And you can find me on Twitter at LADesigirl. That's LADESI girl, and pretty much all the other socials is Forgotten Saves. If you want to hear me play some RPGs, I am on Happy Jacks RPG with the a quest RPG that's a pirate game right now, and I play a literal cat person. It's great. So, Saint, where can the people find you?
Hello. All right. Hello. Yes, I've been your Bly. I'm also Saint or Saint Spider. And you can find me being very not so musical. Honestly, I'm sorry. On Twitter at Saint Spider TV. That's SAINTSPIDER TV. And yeah, I'm here and there in the TTRPG space. So keep an eye out for me.
Hey, I'm Michelle, and you can find me on Twitter at Michulu. That's MICHULHU. And I am musical. And so you can find my music and Wes's amazing sound effects if you subscribe to the Plate Mail Games catalog through BattleBards.
Hey y'all, I have been and will continue to be Mac Beauvais. You can find me online as @StrangeLikeThat, the Twitter, the Instagram, the Facebooks, my website, all that good stuff.
Hello, I'm Wes Otis, and you can find me on Twitter at Plate Mail Games. You can also find the show at 12 Sided Stories, the number 12, and then Sided Stories on Twitter. You can find us on Tuesday nights on Twitch playing different games. And you can also find us on our website at 12sidedstories.com. You can also find there all our links, which will lead you to our Discord, where you can talk to us about games and all of our shows and stuff like that. If you want to help out the podcast and the stream, go over to Patreon or Coffee and join up there, or give us a shout out on social media, or, throw some stars or a review at us on your favorite website. And let us, get in touch and let us know what you like. We appreciate that. Thank you so much for running this season, Pooja. We appreciate it. And we will see you next week with our wrap up of what happened this season. So thank you, and we'll talk with you soon.
Bye.
Bye.